That's it, I think. Oh, no. Come too far again. Don't need to come that far. So, we're going to put one radiator in that bedroom up there against this wall. So I'm just going to pop these pipes through there. I'll bring another one right the way through yet. Then tail radiator is going to be on this wall, so I'll tee off in this channel here and take 2 pipes across. There's going to be a towel, that's the edge of the bath, shower room wall upstairs, so there's going to be a towel rail on this wall. So I'll tee off over there and bring that through there, and then upstairs there's going to be in the main bedroom there's going to be a radiator on the end wall of the wardrobes, which is roughly where that hole there is. So again, I'll just put 2 T's in each of the pipes along here and put 2 tails up in there. I'll run all this in plastic, but the bit that goes into the bedroom on show will be copper. I'm only using the plastic pipe for heating and getting it through the building. Anywhere it's on show, it's going to be copper, and everything else water-wise is going to be copper. Anything that's going to end up being drunk, I'm going to put in copper. I don't like the idea of that running through plastic pipe particularly. So that's one pipe through. I'm going to have to cut it off the other end and get it through into where the boiler room is, and then bring another one through. Deep breaths. Right on my elbow. Oh, let's put me out of action for a minute or two. That's the first one in place. Just put a bit of tape around the end of the pipes before I shove them through anywhere, just so if there's any debris laying around, wood chips or bits of insulation or lime or dirt, it doesn't go into the pipe and create havoc later on. I just tape these two together as well. I figure it might be easier to get them both down at the same time. Ooh, close. Take you through and show you where that's all going to go once we take the pipes. So there's 4 more pipes got to go out of that wall. There's the hot and cold, which will these 2 pipes here are hot and cold, which are going to be teed off to the washing machine on the left, the sink, which is about there, and then they go into the ground, as you've seen in a video quite a while back. They go right through and feed the kitchen and eventually the shower room upstairs. So we need 2 pipes for them, and then we need 2 pipes, which will be the flow and return for the underfloor heating pipe pump. I'll show you where that all comes out anyway. So if we go outside, you'll have seen around the back of the barn, I guess, when I was doing the roof around the back. But there's areas around here, well, you don't want to go really. Well, it's just, you know, it's out of sight, out of mind at the moment. So there's lots of rubbish. I've got to reorganise this scaffold so that wall can be rebuilt. My friend Simon's coming to do that, or at least get it started for me so I can get going. He's a really, really skilled stonemason. Hopefully he's going to be here in a few weeks' time to do that. But this old tin shed, which has seen way better days, it's just full of crap, really. You know, stuff we brought with us, stuff we've accumulated. An old fridge, there's some solar panels there that we're going to use, old bits of insulation. But this area here is where the log boiler is going to go. This is the outside of the north end of the barn, northeast. And there's a hole in the wall. That's 2 pipes I've just pushed through. So I might connect to them there, or I might change it to copper on the other side and come through the wall in copper. I'm not sure yet. I'll need to ask people who know better than me what the best way to do that is. And then the boiler will sit in here. I've got a nice concrete base that I laid years ago now, and the tank and the pressure tank will go on that side. Perfect spot for it. Originally the plan was that all the boiler and heating system would all be in the utility room. That was the plan, but we then ended up buying a system that was with a tank that was so big I couldn't even get it in the room. Couldn't get it through the door, it's too big. So it makes sense to put it outside, right outside the building, pipework straight through the wall. And then you can see it's a pretty rickety old shed there. Apparently that used to come all the way along here, and it was a workshop for the blacksmith that once lived here. So I'm going to replace that with a much nicer building, probably, you know, clad in larch or something, a bit like the caravan, and I'll insulate that, and that'll be both kind of like the plant room and also somewhere that we can dry some logs for the, you know, to go in the log boiler. So that's I can't do a great deal more on the pipework, the plastic pipework, because although I've got all the fittings, stupidly I forgot to buy the little inserts that go in the ends of the pipe before you put them in the fittings, and can't be risking any leaks, so I'll have to wait until I can get some of them. But I'm glad they're in. I might carry on now with some plumbing, get the pipework in for the hot and cold water. I think that's my plan now. Hello folks, I'm just having to take a bit of a break from loading the plasterboard in because it's absolutely throwing it down with rain again. So I've just covered up the boards because we had 56 boards delivered this morning, and I've been away all day gathering over at Blago with my friend Stephen. Got absolutely soaked, as I did yesterday morning gathering some of my sheep. It's been that kind of couple of days really, bright sunshine and then heavy rain. So heavy rain just now. So I just thought I'd mention, I've not mentioned this before on the channel. You may have noticed occasionally I wear a t-shirt like the one I've got on today that says Standing with Palestine. And only once have I had anybody comment about that, and that person took exception to me wearing it. And yeah, I had a brief exchange with him and with the guy, and I said, you know, if you feel that way, then you feel quite free to not watch any more videos. It's as easy as that. It's not a big deal. But the reason I wear these t-shirts, because Standing with Palestine is actually a little venture that I set up in 2019. I visited the West Bank in 2017 with a group of folk, along with a singer-songwriter called Martin Joseph from Wales. And we went there it was kind of a bit of a fact-finding kind of trip, and I found it incredibly frustrating because I saw what was going on in the West Bank and the incredibly difficult circumstances the Palestinians there live in, and I felt completely helpless and came back thinking, well, you know, there's nothing I can do, and it to the point where I couldn't even watch anything, you know, for about a year. Anything to do with Palestine just made me so angry and upset that I had to just sort of walk away from it really. But then I went back in 2019 and for 12 days to help rebuild a Palestinian home that had been demolished by the Israeli army. And I have to say they were 10 or 12 of the most incredible days of my life really. Spending time working with a team of young Palestinian builders. They didn't speak a word of English, I didn't speak a word of Arabic, but we both learnt and we became great friends, and I'm still in touch with them now, and things obviously have got way harder for them. And anyway, on the first trip I went out there, we went to a market in Hebron, the city of Hebron, in the old Shuhada Street market. I could talk for hours about Shuhada Street alone, but that's not for now. Suffice to say, I bought a rug while I was there, and the reason I bought the rug was I thought, as many of you will know that have watched these videos regularly, and for those who don't, I'm also, as well as being a kind of builder, I'm also a musician and have toured all over the place. And I decided I wanted a rug that I would take to all of my gigs, and I would stand on the rug whenever I was doing a gig, and that would be a constant reminder to me of what I saw in the West Bank. And then the idea just kind of grew, and I kind of thought, I wonder if other folk who stand behind a microphone, you know, either singing or performing in one way or another, would be interested in buying a rug. And so I set up this venture called Standing with Palestine. And when I went back in 2019, I managed to secure the contacts in Hebron to buy the rugs. And I began bringing rugs into the UK from Palestine, handmade woolen rugs, and selling them at gigs, and also through a website that I set up. And every single penny, the rugs are all paid for up front, and then I sell them, and then every penny that they sell for then goes back to Hebron to buy musical instruments for school children. So if anyone's interested in having a look at that, I've got a website which is called standingwithpalestine.org, and I'm running low on stocks now, so if I can sell what's left on the website, then I should have enough money in the pot to get the next batch of rugs in. So if anyone's interested in that, please give it a look. Standingwithpalestine.org, and believe me, it will make a real difference to some people that are living in some pretty dark days. So anyone who wants to do that, I thank you in advance. The rain has stopped, and I shall carry on loading. I think I've got about 15 or so left to go. Oh, and then 10 bags of plaster as well. Oh, that's the unloading done. I've just discovered that 2 of the bags are out of date, which is a shame. Plaster has a use by date, and I've found from experience that if you use it after the sell by or the use by date, it's not a lot of fun. It goes off real quick and can get you in all sorts of bother. So I'm gonna have to get them changed. But there you go, 10 bags of plaster, 50 sheets of plasterboard there. I've put 6 sheets up there, which are their green plasterboard, which is the moisture resistant stuff, which is what we're going to put up in the shower room upstairs, and the downstairs bathroom will have that as well. And pal Stephen's just finished plastering some stuff. He had some bags left over, so I've got another 3 bags there. Got a lot of my pipe work done, and soldered up late last night. That's going out to what will be the boiler house outside. So it's, I don't know, I think it must be about 6 o'clock Friday night. It's been a hard couple of days out on the hills gathering sheep and then doing stuff when I get back. It might just be, oh, and here comes the rain again. It might just be time for a rest this evening. Lindsay's back at work for the weekend. She's working Saturday, Sunday. So I should crack on. Tomorrow I want to get the half-inch plasterboard all finished upstairs, which is the top, the flat part of the ceiling, the reveals around the windows, and I'll see if I can show you it. The little bit of wall at the bottom. It's only about, I don't know, 300 mil high or something like that. If I can get them all done, then I could actually start a bit of plasterboarding. Oh, we've bought some timber as well. First lot of timber I've bought for this project. Just haven't had a chance to get over to the sawmill. And I just need to crack on before I go down south in a week or so. So I want to get the upstairs walls up for the shower room and the wardrobes and for the end bedroom. So that will be exciting to see that all take shape. So, yes, might be time for a bit of a sit down. I have no idea whether this is going to be the end of the video, but it kind of feels like it could be. I'm so far behind with editing, but I'm going to catch up when I go down south, which will be before you actually see this. It's always a strange thing going on there when you're out of sync with the videos. But if it is the end of a video, thanks so much for watching. And again, if you get a chance to look at the standingwithpalestine.org website, that'd be great. And catch you in another video soon. Let's go see if we've got a rainbow. Got to have, eh? Surely. Surely to goodness. Oh yeah, there it is. It's fairly faint at the moment, but a rainbow nonetheless. Can anyone tell me, when you get a really strong rainbow, have you ever noticed, but the top side of the rainbow, the sky is dark and the sky underneath the rainbow is light? Anybody explain that one to me? Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you soon.